First and foremost, the IBEW exists to represent the interests of its members working in the construction industry. The National Electrical Contractors Association, or NECA, is an organization made up of more than 4,500 electrical contracting firms with the expertise to handle virtually any type of work that involves electrical power or systems. When a NECA contractor is hired for an electrical job or an IT project of any size or type, that's when the IBEW enters the picture. NECA contractors count on the IBEW to provide the skilled professional workers for jobs that require journeyman and apprentice electricians, outside linemen, telecom technicians, or residential wiremen. Both organizations work together to elevate the electrical construction industry through quality workmanship and the ultimate in training. Both organizations recognize and respect the fact that to prosper, we need each other. That's why we've chosen to move forward together in the electrical industry as the IBEW NECA team.
The relationship that we have with the IBEW affords us the opportunity, if a customer needs us to perform work very quickly, we know we can go to one source and get skilled electricians that we can be proud of to put on that job and serve our customer. That is the biggest thing we found with our great relationship with the IBEW.
When we talk about why union versus non-union, the things that I tell them are because these people are trained to do this. These are professionals. These are people who are going to be doing this for their life. It's not something they're doing this summer or until they can get a better job. Their concern is showing their skills and their talents. And all of that gets translated into a job well done.
Having a union workforce is very important to me. It gives me confidence in being able to bid any job that comes along. The union has always come through with the manpower and qualified manpower, so we feel confident that we could go after anything we want.
They always say the union guy takes pride in his work. I think they do for the most part. I think they always have, and we're glad they do. And we're happy to be a union shop, and we hope the guys are proud of working for us, and we think that they are.
If I really thought that paying lower wages would make more money for me, or would get me a lot more work, maybe I'd be swayed to go that way. But I've been in business since 1979, and I haven't found it that way. I found that's the old story, you get what you pay for.
I hear that often, that we pay more. How do you remain competitive when you have to pay your workers more? It's very easy. When you hire somebody that can do things one time, and you don't have to go back and make repairs, you know that the installation was put in right the first time, that the quality was in place. It just affords a satisfaction of knowing that when your men go out to do the job, it's done right the first time, and that keeps costs down.
We end up with continuity on the job. We end up with a better product. We end up not doing it twice. The key to electrical construction is to touch it once, not twice.
Well, I wanted to be a union electrician mainly because of the pride, the training. Basically, the training is the best in the country. There's no other training that is better.
I went to college, I got my degree, I had a career as a medical assistant for 10 years, and I starved. And my very first day into the apprenticeship program, I was already making more than I had after 10 years there. So
you'll see lifestyles of other journeymen, and you're going to say, that's what I want. I see this journeyman putting his kids through college. I want to be able to do this.
I joined because I wanted to start a family, and I needed to have benefits and good paying job.
It took about 1 week to notice that I was making a heck of a lot more, and it made a big difference.
I joined the IBEW because more than anything, the raise increase. I mean, I was working for another company, and I happened to see what the foreman was earning, who was running me, or running the job that I was on. And what I'm making now in the third year was more than he was making. And unfortunately, most people don't realize that.
The move was great coming into the union. If I had to do it again, I'd do the same thing over and over. I mean, it's night and day.
The lifestyle for me as an electrician has been outstanding. Been married 18 years, have 6 girls. I provided from them from day one and grandkids, and I must say that it's been pretty good, and I recommend it to anybody that wants a good trade.
Quite simply, the quality education and state-of-the-art training offered by the IBEW NECA team is what sets us apart in the electrical industry. Our training focuses on safety and only enhances your situation as a skilled, valued worker. Apprentices coming into the IBEW learn both in the classroom and out on the job. And as their skill level increases, so does their pay. Upgrade courses in a wide variety of areas are available to the journeyman electrician to help keep you abreast of this rapidly changing electrical and high-tech industry. College credits are also available through the IBEW NECA training program. Whether it's out on the job, advancing through different IBEW or NECA management positions, or owning your own business someday, the sky truly is the limit with IBEW NECA.
There are advantages for the workman who wants to attain higher skills with the IBEW. There's no doubt about it. We have an organized training program specifically directed to electrical construction. So, I think we take some pride in that.
Down the road, of course, technology advances every day. So, programmable logic controllers, those classes that were taught in the JATC program, I can apply to the job today.
It's been like a big window for me. Every day I go to work, and every day there is something new to do, something different, in different fields, dealing with different people in different aspects.
I, like most young people, thought I knew everything, but it taught me a lot, and when I look back, I don't have to look back or wonder if I know. And one of the nice things about the JATC is it's not a stagnant thing, it's a continuing growing thing with new programs and new training all the time that we can update and increase our knowledge in different and new fields.
The great thing about being part of the IBEW NECA team is that you'll be recognized as one of the best electricians in the world. Our NECA contractors acknowledge that fact and pay a wage and benefits package that is consistently better than what you would typically make from a non-union contractor. Wage and benefits increases are negotiated in the IBEW NECA contracts, and when they are due, they apply to everyone.
Well, the nice thing about being in a union as far as raises go is I don't have to go in and talk to the boss or beg him or anything to get my raise. We have a committee, it's called Negotiating Committee, and they do that for us.
Well, it was kind of a big secret getting a raise, non-union, because you had to talk to the owner of the company usually, because I always worked for smaller companies. Talk to the owner of the company, and it had to be hush-hush, because if somebody else knew how much I made and vice versa, or if you couldn't get a raise that way, you had to threaten to quit.
Well, it's just one of those deals, you know, when you go in and ask for a raise, it's you against the employer. If he don't want to give you one, then you don't get one. And that's kind of the way it is. So then you go on and look for another job. So that's the way it was for a couple of years before I joined the local.
I tell you what, the worst time of the year I'd have was going in and talking to the contractor and asking him, well, he'd look at you and say, well, what do you think you deserve? And what do you say? Oh, I want $1, I want $2. This is all done for you.
You had to beg and plead.
Ask, pray, hope, and wait.
Union electricians do make more money. They have better benefits than out on the street, but it's well worth the money when you look at the quality of people you're getting. You know, in order to get good quality people, you're going to have to pay more, and you're going to have to offer them the good benefits. But it really pays off in the long run.
When you're with IBEW NECA, you'll be eligible for comprehensive insurance and health benefits, a package largely paid for by our member contractors. Although benefits and premium details vary by local area, plans generally cover you, your spouse, and your children. Except for the small deductibles that are standard with almost all insurance plans, you will not be required to pay expensive medical costs out of your own pocket. Our plans often include short and long-term disability and coverage for things from doctor visits and prescriptions to the types of serious illnesses that would otherwise bankrupt a working family that didn't have adequate insurance. Healthcare security is yours and your family's through the IBEW NECA team.
The benefits, you can't beat them. My wife, she's had trouble with her heart, and there's no way that if I was working non-union with no benefits, or even the so-called benefits that they do give, I'd be bankrupt right now without a doubt.
We're having another baby in August, and we know that it's going to be taken care of, and we don't have to worry about that. And we know if we ever have to bring her to the emergency room, which we've already had to do, that we don't have to worry about big bills either.
Well, the benefits in the union, you don't have to worry about it. You're really secure with them because if you get laid off of one contractor and picked up by another contractor, your benefits never stop. They keep going.
I was off work for 4 weeks, and because of those union benefits, the insurance plan, our amount that we had to pay was really very minuscule. They even helped pay for some of the time off that I had to take because of that illness.
Well, with our health and welfare plan covering myself and my whole family at no extra expense to myself, it's just a whole lot better than where I was at before. I had some non-union employers that would pay for my insurance, but if I wanted my wife covered on the plan, I'd have to pay $30 a week for that. If I wanted to add a child onto the plan, it could cost up $50 a week, and it just, the more children you have, the more they'd charge you. And that's a week, not a month. It adds up to a lot of money. With this, if I have 10 kids, they're all covered.
Well, maybe not 10.
With the skills and training one receives through the IBEW NECA team, it's no wonder our employees enjoy safe, long, and prosperous careers. Our national and local pension plans ensure when your days of working are over, a comfortable retirement awaits. Most locals typically have a defined benefit pension plan providing for a monthly pension for as long as you live, and continuing benefits for your spouse if you die first.
It's great to earn a living while you're young and be able to do the things you want to do, but as you age, you begin to think about what's going to happen in the future, and it gives you a great deal of peace of mind to know that you're vested in a program that is going to provide a decent income for you at the end of your work life, at the end of your work career, so that you're not only going to exist, but you're going to live.
It's a very good feeling when you can go like the first of the month and you know you not only got a Social Security check waiting for you, but you also got an international check, and you got a local pension check, and you got your regular NECA check coming in. So it's a good feeling to know that the checks are right there on time whenever you need them.
My lifestyle since I've retired is, other than not having to go to work every morning, the finances are about the same as they were when I was working. So I mean, as far as having to cut back on what I was able to do, I haven't had to do that. I just, like I say, instead of going to work, I go play golf or I do something else that I desire. If I don't desire to do anything, I don't do anything. That's really nice.
Actually, the way I look at it, that I would never have been able to retire at the age that I did if I would not been an IBEW member.
I have not wanted or been bored, not 1 hour in the time that I have been retired, and I have not had to want for money. The finances are perfect, and not even the strain mentally of wondering if something happened to me, what would happen to my wife.
I've always told many people that if I wasn't born a millionaire, I would rather work for the IBEW than doing anything I can possibly think of if I have to work with my hands.
Our contractors perform the lion's share of the larger commercial and industrial construction jobs around the country. Don't be deceived by the claims and stories that opportunities are limited in the union construction field. It's simply not true in the IBEW. We have experienced steady growth, paving the way for an even brighter and more promising future.
When we typically speak of electrical work, I think a lot of people think of lights, switches, plugs, that sort of thing. But that is not the bulk of it. This is a trade that's evolving into more and more teledata, computer-oriented, fiber optics. It's unlimited to the different ways that you can go into this trade. So the old concept or misconception about what electrician's done is not there at all.
We're not doing electrical work like we did it 25 years ago. We're not doing electrical work like we did when I was a first-year apprentice. I see it changing into the next century. I never see it going away, but I see a constant change.
By joining the IBEW NECA team, we'll treat you right. If you desire further training, our joint training programs will provide it at no cost. If you are a journey-level worker, you'll be treated with respect and dignity and join the ranks of over 300,000 proud men and women just like you. We hope you get the picture. We want you, and we need you. It's a new IBEW.
It's not like it used to be. When my dad was a union electrician, there was a group, and you belonged to them or you didn't, and that's the way it was, you know. But nowadays, you see how many guys are struggling to make a living, and the only way to go is union.
The nice people to work with. They're all brothers. The brotherhood means something. I never realized what it meant until I got in the middle of them. And it's not eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. We're all in it together. Brotherhood.
I'm definitely one of the guys. Definitely, I am treated as equal can be. Nobody puts me down or tries to hold me back. I'm very accepted, and they actually look out for me.
When I first started my union job here a couple months ago, I wasn't sure what it would be like. But as I went there after the first couple weeks, I realized that everybody is really friendly, for one, and the skill. There's a lot more skill and pride in their work because the contractor lets them put skill into it.
Right away, on the first day, I felt a good attitude. It's my honest opinion, because they appreciate people who come in and join to IBEW.
If I had to speak to someone about joining the union, I would consider that to be a privilege to talk to somebody about it, but I would really try to encourage them to get in the union. I think the decision I made 30 years ago was an excellent decision, and I don't believe that any person who wanted to do electrical work or anything, I think the union is the best way to go. It's not what everybody thinks it is, that, you know, union people are all ogres. We're all just people, and all we do is do our work, and you know, and we believe in a certain thing, and that's our union.
The IBEW has a long and proud tradition of representing electrical workers, and the small amount of dues they pay comes back to them many times over.
I wouldn't have it any other way. The little bit that I pay is nothing compared to what I receive in return.
I think the dues are such a minimal responsibility that we have that it is misconstrued probably across the board outside of the community. The people that have crossed over to become union all of a sudden realize that dues is a nothing part of it. It's a very small obligation that you have for the benefits that you get.
My dues are going to support a better pension, retirement, and health benefits for me and my family, which are far better than any benefits that I ever acquired working non-union. And I don't have any problem paying that portion of my dues that goes to bettering my life.
The little bit that I give, it gets tenfold back as a period of over a period of time, and you can't put a price tag on it.
The IBEW NECA team is a partnership that works. Together, we've established a reputation unmatched for excellence in the industry. Our contractors know it, our workforce knows it, and best of all, our customers know it. Be a part of the team setting new standards in the electrical industry. The IBEW NECA team.
The key here is the skill. What we're dealing with is a skilled person, a skilled tradesman, craftsman, and the quality issue is important. Anybody can go in and just hack something in, But when you talk about having a professional go in, and we represent the contractors, our intent is to represent them in a professional way and show that the quality of work that this contractor does is in fact something that that customer will want them to come back and do again or do on another project.
The experience of our office here in Austin, and we're also national, the feedback I get from across the country is Nika contractors continue to prove very valuable to us, exceed our expectations, and we have a tremendous comfort level in.
I take pride in the work that I do as a union electrician. Every day, when I put my tools down in the evening, I feel proud about the amount that I accomplished for the day and the quality of work that I did. And the people that I work with, same amount of quality.
Men take pride in what they do, and they want to know when they walk away from it, it's something that they could write their name on it if they wanted to. And if it is sized up beside a non-union company, yes, they want theirs to appear to be better, and it is better.
Since I signed up with the union, the working conditions are so good as far as safety and the jobs you have, and you got the different variety of work that I look forward to going to work every morning.
We're very committed to the IBEW and to Nika Contractors, and it's really who we do business with.